Anybody else got a question? Press *6.
Hello.
Going once. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Hi, this is Janice in Idaho.
Hi, Janice.
Hi. What really concerns me the most is trying to understand what the first thing you do is. Sizzle call, the ATM strategy, ask the question, do you love to travel? I've tried them all, and I'm not understanding. It's like there is really, you have all these methods to follow, but nothing is working. And how do you know when to use what method?
Okay. Here's my approach. Okay. And in my opinion, activity matters most. Always remember that you can't say the wrong thing to the right person. It's typically, I learned to say less to more people, and I typically just work the numbers. Okay, so those are some kind of principles that you can almost write in stone of the, MLM 10 Commandments. What I like to do is multiple approaches for a single prospect. Okay, so let's say, Janice, I wanted to get you in my business. What I usually do was, and let's say I have a smaller contact base. Usually I always started with my warm market by using the tools to introduce people to things. Because the reason I always start with my warm market is a couple reasons. One, I already have a relationship with the person that I don't have to develop, and they usually, if they're my friend, they typically know me, like me, and trust me, right? So you probably have some people that know you, like you, and trust you. Two, right. If you are my friend and 8 months from now I find out you're making $30,000 a month in some opportunity, but you didn't talk to me about it, we're gonna have words. You know what I mean?
Right.
I always give people permission to say no. Like, I literally will tell them that. I say, look, you're welcome to say no, but if you knew about this and didn't tell me, I'd be upset. Okay? So those are some bullet points. So what I would typically do if you and I knew each other with today's day and age, because of technology, I would go into the 5-star business group, and I would do the ATM strategy. I would send you an invite to join the Facebook group. I would tag you in the sizzle post, the very first post, and I would leave you an audio recorded message in Facebook Messenger. At the same time, I would probably also send you a text with the sizzle call. Okay, so just a normal text, not just a Facebook Messenger. Because I've come to realize that the more times I can get someone to hear the same message, in marketing, most people, it takes 5 to 7 touches before they make a commitment or they really believe that you're in it, okay? So just because you used the sizzle call first, you didn't do anything right or wrong. Just because you sent somebody to a Facebook Live, you didn't do anything right or wrong. The most important thing is you did the right activity. Okay? What I have always done, and I'm going to give you 20 years worth of networking in a nutshell. I just went through my phone, and or if I was in something previous or whatever, and I wrote down people's names, I used a yellow pad piece of paper, and what I did when I started networking was I would make phone calls to people. I'd go, so the phone would ring, and you'd go, ring, ring, hello. So say hello, Janice, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Janice.
Hi.
Hey, Mike Healy, how are you?
I'm good.
Come on, you got to play with me here. Got to play with me, okay? Let's say you know me, okay? Hey, Janice, listen, I know you're busy. I'm not going to take up any of your time, but do you care if I send you an email?
Okay, no problem.
Oh, okay, cool. Is your email still janice1@aol.com?
Yep.
Okay. So I kid you not, I have made a ton of money.
Wait a minute, I lost you. Hello.
You can hear me still or not? Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
I'm here. I'm here. I can keep going, right? I think everybody else is still on here, right?
I'm sorry.
Are we there? Okay, but basically, I've made.
We hear you, Mike.
Okay, good. Thank you, Laurette. I made a lot of money doing as dumb of a simple task as that, over and over and over and over. And all my email was this: Janice, thanks for letting me send you this email. Watch this short video. I'll get back with you in 24 to 48 hours, and we can talk. And that was it. To me, activity matters the most, but it's the right activity. I do everything I can to get multiple people to watch something. Like a lot of you guys probably have seen Matt Bam Bam Royer. He came to the event and something like that. He's been sending me pictures of his like yellow pad with names on it and people he keeps on a repetitive basis, people he adds into the 5-star group. And because of the sheer numbers, he's recruiting people. He got dual team qualified. He's getting customers from that. So I know everybody. I know you. It's easy to wonder where you start, and there's nothing wrong with asking that question because a lot of times you don't know exactly because there is so much stuff, and I'm right. Probably one of the worst at putting out so much stuff. But what I would, if I was you, one of the things that always helped me was I identified 3 to 5 tools that I personally loved, because people have different personalities, right? And people are different age groups.
Right.
So I always loved the ability just to send somebody an email. I loved the sizzle calls. They just always seemed to work. I loved, Holton's video. I loved this one presentation video, whatever, right? So I have those 5. I pick my 5 things. Like the 5-star group is inside the 5-star group. I love the sizzle message, and I love the short 11-minute presentation that Mike Healy did, right?
Right.
Knowing that you have those tools, all you have to do literally is just make it a point that you're going to make a minimum of maybe 5 contacts a day, because that's something that most people can. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And by doing that, usually what happens is you get into a rhythm, you get into a habit, and recruiting, and it's not about recruiting necessarily. It's about becoming repetitive and habitual in your introduction to people about your opportunity / your savings things. And what I typically did is I just made a list. What I would do is I take a notepad and I'd write down the first person. I'd make a phone call, and if they answered and I gave them that little pitch to send it to them, I would make a little hash mark on my tablet. And then I would call and call and call and call. I got another answer, and I would make another hashtag on my thing. And and then I would do my goal when I built one company where in 4 years I put over $1 million in my pocket. All I did was make 10 of those a day. That was I wasn't going to bed until I did that. I'd had to have 10 hash marks of 10 people that gave, and this was pre-Facebook too. So what's nice is we can hit numbers quicker and faster now. But I would take and I made those slashes, and it was to me, it wasn't that they were going to say yes or no, and I couldn't. And I always focused on the things I could control, not the things I couldn't control. But to me, I was conditioning myself to not worry about whether somebody said yes or no, because most people put 5 people on their list, contact those 5, have 5 no's. And the 6th one would have been, me. You would have recruited me on your 6th person, but you didn't get to me because somebody died at 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
So to me, it was more important to not worry about the outcome, but worry more about the correct activity and learning to become brilliant in the basics. And I conditioned myself habitually to stay active in those tasks. And by doing that, the habitual discipline created the long-term success, that seemed like it was overnight, but it wasn't. right? It was just how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time. But by the time I got to 1 year in the business, I had talked to, nearly 1,000 people or whatever, you know what I mean? Because I was just
Right.
getting a few a day kind of thing as opposed to everything else. So if I was you, I would just make a list of 100 people, put them down on a piece of paper, make that your goal that you're going to you're going to tag ATM 5 people a day. And I promise you will get customers and somebody will sign up. It's nearly impossible if you get somebody to, and if they don't respond on the tag in the ATM group, not a big deal. Text them the sizzle call. If that doesn't work, find one of your favorite videos on, one of the presentation videos on YouTube. Text them that. I typically hit somebody up with 3 to 5 things over a period of time if I really want them in my business and make those contacts, and I let the tools do the work. I have learned to be a very good promoter of them doing something I want them to do. Like I get so excited. Like if you heard earlier in the call, I was talking about how to get somebody to listen to Holton's speech, right?
Right.
When somebody pulls up a YouTube video and it's an hour and 45 minutes long, how do you get somebody to do that? I just figure out ways to make it to where your life's going to be miserable if you don't watch this thing. I would put it in,
Right.
address it in that capacity. So anyhow, I know that was a long-winded answer on your question, but it was a good question.
That was perfect. Yeah, because I've been doing all those things, and so, just keep on plugging. Thank you.
It is. I'm telling you, I wish it was easier, but it's just that due diligence. Everybody that joins the gym wants 6-pack abs the first week or 30 days. And most times your metabolism doesn't kick in till, week 6. So Same principle holds true here. So
okay.
Well, thanks for the question.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely. Anybody else?